So I wanted to be kind of open-ended about naming this one. I didn't want to get too specific about interpreting it, but I did see a lot of, they're just, I saw a lot of action or
Mhm. A lot of
the
tail
way,
moving.
the way I made those strokes, it just felt like they were, there's a lot of movement in each stroke.
Yeah,
And yeah, especially that character down on the bottom right, just feels
yeah,
like that.
that's what I was thinking too. It sets
And
the
that, yeah, even though that's not in the center, it has a kind of a center of attention in a way.
right.
It seems like everything else is looking down towards it.
Mhm.
Well, except those two figures in the middle top. They look like they're
Mhm.
looking, they look like they're looking over to the right,
Yeah,
or maybe not.
they're looking at that pyramid guy.
The guy who's stacked up.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
You asked me yesterday about how I made those strokes.
Yeah.
And what I did, each of them, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, going from the top to the bottom.
Mhm.
And it's just one stroke, but it was real dark on the top of the brush and very light at the bottom of the brush. Do you see what I mean? And so the second stroke kind of replicated that same first stroke with the dark at the top and the light at the bottom.
Did you lift your brush up off the paper each time?
Yeah, just went from left to right, then lift up the brush, and then went back to the beginning, left to right.
Mhm.
Did that 4 times. And the first one had a lot more paint on it, and that's why it was really dark up there at the top.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
And
like
then I ended up putting more water in there so I could blow it.
looks like a birdhouse with that opening on the right-hand side. Second row down. I
Um,
see a tendril spot. It looks like the opening for a birdhouse, and it looks like one of those birdhouses that are for certain kinds of birds.
uh-huh. Yeah. You see the chair on the upper left?
Yeah, about, and you have a little tendril sitting on it. I see a lot of tails switching around. That shows movement to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How about those two, the green and the yellow at the top center? The way
Uh-huh.
they came out so close in, I don't know, shape.
Yeah.
Well, the bottom's different, but
Uh-huh.
they look like a couple.
Yeah. Look at that blue figure on the upper right.
Yeah,
How the brush stroke,
yeah.
um, the
Just
gray part of that stroke.
where did you start, left or right?
I started down at the bottom left and went up and twisted my brush and flipped it up.
How about that? It's a nice stroke there.
Yeah, I like that. And then the one below it, the the gray one, I did the same thing. Started at the bottom left and just went up and then sideways, like a calligraphy stroke in a way,
Yeah,
and twisted it and flipped down.
you did a lot of those. This one too.
Yes.
That's where I'm seeing all the tails swishing around this and this,
Hmm.
this and this
Yeah.
and this.
Hmm.
This looks like a sea creature.
Do you see that blue figure off that red figure on the bottom middle that you said looks like a sea creature?
Yeah,
Just off to the left of that figure there. Do you see how that brush stroke kind of went up and then flipped? It sort of turned over on itself and then up and stopped.
yeah.
And
I like it when the brush does that.
yeah,
You did a lot of twisting in this picture.
yeah, I like that I did that.
This shape right here looks like it's overseeing this group, like it's in charge.
Uh-huh. Does that look like one figure to you, or does it look like four different figures?
Well, I think both, really, because it
Yeah.
looks like one figure, but it also looks like it could be separate strokes.
Mhm. Yeah, they are separate strokes, but they had the same paint on the brush, one right after another, lifting up and then doing it again.
Mhm. Maybe these two are visiting Japan and looking at this pagoda.
Uh, yeah, it's like a pagoda. See that small blue figure just above the red figure on the magenta figure on the bottom. Yeah, just above that, to the left of that figure, that figure right there. That's got a nice twist to it. But do you notice how it's sort of surrounded by those four other things?
Yeah,
It's surrounded. Yeah, it just seems like it's um,
it's five.
yeah, the yellow and the green and blue, red, and
I like the colors, the blue and the white.
so in a way it's kind of got its own center of attention. So
It does,
even though it's small, it has a a strong focus of attention in the composition.
yeah.
All right, Catherine, let's stop.